would be visiting Egypt, because that's where all my family is. Over here it's kind of just us five. We're like the solo family here in America, and going back to Egypt, being surrounded by everybody else that's your religion, your culture, is a really great memory. And the last time I went was 5 years ago, so I want to go again soon.
I had a good memory as a young kid. It was with my grandmother before she passed away. She had took me with her to the park one time, and we had a great time, and I will never forget that.
One moment that brings happiness to my face, or brings happiness to me, is think of my youngest brother Mustafa, and the way he acts and his jokes. Any of them. One moment, I would have to say him describing my father's accent. It brings me joy.
The days I spent with my great-grandmother before she passed. Like, going to the park with her, that gave me a lot of fond memories. And the trips that we went to, like we used to always go to the Poconos during the summers.
Fencing when I was in college. When I was in high school, I wanted to fence, but they only had the men's team. So I went out and I bought my own equipment and I showed up. And I said, I want to fence. They tried everything they could and I said, no problem. When I went to college, I said, I'm going to fence. I walked in as the only female with my own equipment. Eventually became captain of the fencing team, and it was Jersey City State. I don't know what name they call it now. New Jersey something or other, but that's it. But that was a happy moment, learning to fence.
Favorite memories was the birth of my 2 children. Even though one sneezed in my face when I first had him and I was the first one to pick him up, the birth of my 2 children.
I transferred into the nursing school here at Rutgers, and I really did not think I was gonna get in. It was like, I would have bet you thousands of dollars that the nursing school and me were not gonna gel. I was ready to be a linguistics major. I was very unhappy with what I was doing, and I was ready to just give up on Rutgers and go work like, be an EMT for the rest of my life, which is what I am. But I remember getting into the nursing school, and I opened this email, right? And I promise you, I started to bawl. I was crying. So I call my mom. My mom thinks my grandpa died. She's like, oh my God, what's going on? Why are you hysterical? I call her crying. She hangs up on me. She's like, shut up. What is wrong with you? And I remember running around my house, like jumping up and down, screaming. Nobody was there. I was alone by myself. Someone might have called the police. Like, it was that bad. But I was ecstatic because I have a future now.
My backpack, I take 2 classes right now, so my statistics book, my accounting materials, my calculator, pencil, pen, cell phone.
There's a very special memory that always makes me smile, and that's when my dad and I would go to little bodegas in the uptown section of New York City, and we used to sell bundles of cigars, and we would go to like each bodega, and he would buy me a pastelito, and that was very joyful to me. That meant everything.
One of my happiest memories, I think, was probably when my first niece was born. That was a pretty big thing in our lives, to have a new family member, I'm the youngest, so someone that was younger than me. We all love babies in my house, and she kind of brought a lot of joy to us.